Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm Stephanie Shapiro, VP of Communications and Events here for the Kerner Chamber of Commerce, and we are so excited to welcome you all to hear Crystal's amazing story today. Just a quick reminder, if you haven't already, please make sure to mute your line. We have a great program lined up for you, and we encourage you to get your questions posted as soon as you think of them while she's speaking later this morning. We will ask them of her at the end of the program, and/or Carter, who's joined us today too, if you have any questions for him. You have to leave early or you're logging on late, no worries, because we are recording this presentation and it will be available on our Facebook and our YouTube channel as well. Before we begin, I want to share a few exciting announcements with you all. Later this evening, we are back to our in-person mixers. Join us at Taco Sal Fuego tonight from 6 to 9 p.m. We'll have appetizers, agua frescas, a cash bar, and of course, connections, which is the most important part, getting a chance to mix and mingle with fellow business professionals. It is limited registrations left, so you'll see the link on your screen right now, bit.ly/CCS May 10, and we hope to see you there. Later this week, on Wednesday, we will be back for another one of our important updates for the week, our Kerner Chamber Business Briefing. We hold these every single week to make sure that our business community is always kept informed on what is happening, what they need to know for their business, with healthcare updates, with county updates, city, business stuff, any advocacy stuff that you need to know about your business. We let you know what's happening while you are busy working, and make sure that we are keeping things business friendly for you. In just over a week, we have our Seat of the County address at Good Morning Corona, where we will be having Riverside County Supervisor Karen Spiegel keynote our meeting. You definitely will not want to miss this. We are holding this in person at IHOP outdoors. We are expecting a great meeting with networking opportunities, of course, an update on what's happening in the county, transportation, and business reopening. And it is time to reopen, right? I know you guys are feeling it. So she will give us a great update on what's going on, and we invite you to join us. There is a discount for those of you who'd like to attend either in person or virtually through this Friday, so don't delay. Coming up again later this month on Thursday, May 27th, we are kicking off Memorial Day weekend with a Twilight Celebration following our golf tournament. This is open to the public, and we are so excited to gather together for a fun evening, a night out with live music. We'll have auctions, prizes, just a really great time, a delicious dinner, and of course, being together again. We will be at Eagle Glen Golf Club. We still have tickets available for that Twilight Celebration, as well as the opportunity drawing that we have been selling tickets for. The exciting thing about this, not only the prizes, there are 5 amazing prizes: a shotgun donated by Sportsman's Warehouse, a 50-inch TV, $250 to Glen Ivy Hot Springs Spa, get your pamper on, courtesy of United Paving Company, a foursome of golf donated by Eagle Glen Golf Club, and $200 in local gift cards. But beyond the prizes, we are donating a portion of proceeds from all of the ticket sales to local charities. So if you're interested in buying tickets, you can connect with us, or you'll see an email on your screen, chase@mychamber.org. We'll get you hooked up, and you can actually select the charity that gets a donation based on your purchase. We have partnered with the County of Riverside to provide free disposable masks and hand sanitizer for your business. So if you are in need of any of these products, we have gallons, we have 16.9 ounce bottles, we have boxes of 50, whatever your PPE needs are, we are happy to provide them to you free, no charge, again, in partnership with the County of Riverside, ensuring that your employees and your customers feel safe and comfortable at their office. If you have not yet updated your labor law posters for the year, it is mandatory to have an updated labor law poster with the California and federal guidelines for your office. We have them here at the Kerner Chamber, both in English and Spanish. So if you happen to be in need of one or you need some extra ones, please come see us and we'll make sure to take care of you. You have to have one physical one for every remote employee, as well as needs to be posted conspicuously at your place of business for all of your employees to be able to see. So however many you may need, we have them for you. We definitely do not want you to be fined if somebody finds you out of compliance. So we will take care of you. And for those of you joining us this morning to hear Crystal's story, maybe this is your first opportunity to join us at a Kerner Chamber event. We welcome you, and we'd like to open the conversation about membership here at the Kerner Chamber. If you like what you see today, I promise you there's a lot more to come, and you'll see this gentleman on your screen, Robert Yanez. He is our membership specialist. He has all the details to connect with you, find out what it is your business needs and how the chamber can partner with you for success. So connect with us after the meeting or drop a line in the chat and we'll make sure to connect back with you afterwards. We serve a regional landscape, my apologies. So we're not bound by any sort of borders. We have members, of course, in the city of Corona, but all over Southern California and even outside the state. That's because of what we do, not only on the advocacy level, locally, statewide, and federally, but just because there are great opportunities here, and we want all of our members and businesses to succeed. So hope to continue that conversation offline. At this time, I'm very excited to introduce our business partner, Jessica Gonzalez, the Economic Development Director for the City of Corona. Jessica has an extensive background in economic development and in building great partnerships with local agencies, businesses, and across the region. She is well known in California, and we are so lucky to have her here in our city and to partner with us to present this program to you. So please welcome Jessica Gonzalez.
Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you to our Chamber of Commerce for this ongoing monthly event, which I personally look forward to, and I know all of you do as well. So one thing that Stephanie pointed out is my commitment to partnerships, and I want to tell you that everything that we do here in the City of Corona Economic Development is very much rooted in this partnership approach, collaborating with these wonderful agencies like our own Corona Chamber of Commerce, our regional, statewide, federal partners that bring a variety of tools and resources to support, equip, empower our business community. So I want to highlight a couple of these efforts. One is the Corona Manufacturing Assistance Program, which officially launched in January. We are holding our second quarterly event on May 25th from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. And we're bringing all of our partners. It's a multi-agency collaboration, starting with our Corona Chamber of Commerce, Norco College, Riverside Community College District, Riverside County Workforce Development, CMTC, Naval Surface Warfare Center, and the Governor's Office of Business and Economic Development. So all of these fantastic agencies are coming together to be able to offer this roundtable where we can hear from one of our key industry sectors here in Corona, our manufacturers, what they need to position themselves for continued growth, expansion, success, and our partners will be sharing the variety of tools, resources that they can provide to be a partner in that success. So please spread the word. It will take place May 25th, 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. Also, starting in June 1st, we're offering our second cohort of Emprendedores, which is Spanish for entrepreneurs. And that is one of the ways that we are building capacity inclusivity here in Corona. That program, as I mentioned, it's the second offering. We had a successful offering, the inaugural class of 31 graduates that completed an 8-week training and are now on their way to start their business concept here in Corona. So if you know someone, a Spanish speaker, that would benefit from this second cohort participating in this training, invite them, encourage them to attend, to connect with us. It will take place Tuesdays from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. starting June 1st. Lastly, just want to remind everyone that there is still time to apply for one of our personal protective equipment business grants, essentially reimbursing businesses $5,000 towards the purchase of equipment that you are buying to keep your employees safe as we are reopening. There are 35 grants available, so don't miss out on this opportunity. I will put the application in the chat. And with that, I'll turn it back over to the chamber. I'm eager, as all of you are, to hear from Crystal, so thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jessica, for those amazing updates. That my mind is blown. I mean, Entrepreneur Academy, Manufacturers Roundtable. I see some manufacturers joining us here today. Looking forward to definitely supporting that industry and getting some new entrepreneurs going. So thank you for doing that, and thank you for sharing with everyone this morning. It's my pleasure at this time to introduce our guest speaker. Crystal Lopez is the president and CEO of Carter Bradley Insurance Solutions, which is an agency offering wide-ranging comprehensive insurance coverages. Her emphasis is on providing solutions to protect families financially, especially their children, during the most trying and often unexpected situations. As a teenager, Crystal went through a tragic event that she will share with you today, and this tragedy inspired her to pursue a career in the insurance industry with the hopes to help other families avoid the hardships that she and her family went through. She has worked very hard to found this company. You'll get to meet her CEO today as well, the motivation behind her business. She has truly become a role model for so many in our community. She is a mentor, a leader. She's one of our board members, ambassadors, and a very dear friend of mine and all of the staff here at the Chamber. Please welcome Crystal Lopez to share her story.
Thank you, Stephanie. Thank you, Bobby. It is an honor and privilege to share with you our story today. And thank you, Jessica, with the City of Corona for sponsoring Coffee with an Entrepreneur. You know, I've always enjoyed getting to know my clients' story, why they started their own business, what drives them, what their goals are, learn about their unique experience in getting to where they are. So I'm thrilled to share our story with you today. How can someone be your biggest weakness and biggest strength at the same time? Growing up, I always wanted to be a police officer. As a teenager, a criminal law attorney. But life is what happens when you're busy making plans. I was born and raised in LA County, Torrance, South Bay. I have 3 siblings. I am second to the oldest. Humble beginnings. We grew up in a mobile home. Spanish is my first language. I oftentimes find myself looking and translating for words that I don't know what they are in English still. My father was a welder. My mom, queen of her house, queen of her castle, and took care of all of us. My father was the only breadwinner. You know, I think that we all have life-altering moments. Some of them are from when we were, 4 to 7, and then, 2 or 3 that really shape us to who we are, who we become. And one of my early ones is when I was 17 years of age. There was a knock at the door. I opened the door, and 2 police officers were holding the picture of my father's driver's license completely zoomed out on a piece of paper. My heart fell out of my body. I'm getting shaky just talking about it. My dad didn't come home one day. He was on his way back home from work, and he was killed in a car accident by a drunk driver. It's okay, Carter. He hadn't heard this story before. Anyhow, oh gosh, we had one income. We had no savings. We did everything that we could. We collected money from anyone who donated. We put boxes for collection in grocery stores. We saved up finally $9,000 to have a very simple funeral. And it wasn't until after all of the rush to gather, to collect, because we didn't have anything, is when reality hit. We went home and we're thinking, now what? No one's coming to save us. No one's going to rescue us. There is no savings. There is nothing. So I got creative and I didn't have any experience. I was 17 years old. I didn't have any work experience. All I knew was English and Spanish. So I would take the bus and I would go to the local courthouse in San Pedro and I would translate. I'd make $20 here, $40 there, whatever people wanted to donate. And it was okay with me. I was so happy to bring that home until I got caught. A couple of the judges just said, absolutely not. That is not allowed here. So I was let off with a warning. But so then I got 2 jobs. And I instantly, I mean, after all of this happened, I got a taste of the real world, life, work, responsibilities, having to quit high school for a few years to help my mother and my sister put food on the table and care for my younger siblings. Little did I know that this life experience would have such an impact, not just for not having a father in my early adulthood, but to propel me to help others and be as passionate as I am about my career. Soon after his funeral, while working at one of my jobs at the mall, I met someone helping the local community obtain secure life insurance. Life insurance, I didn't even know what that was. When I realized that it's something that for pennies on the dollar, you can protect your income if your loved ones depend on it, the concept alone just blew my mind. And my passion for insurance began. I made it my mission to spread awareness because it's affordable, because sometimes minorities, we just don't go out there and find out. We spend more time, I think, planning vacations and doing other things that are really, they're important, but this is way more important because your loved ones depend on your income. The life insurance company is called Primerica. I learned a lot. This nice couple that hired me more than doubled my pay, polished me up. I learned about phone etiquette, how to dress in a professional environment. I was able to bless others in sharing my story so that they can prepare for the unexpected. I remember they took me shopping for like 4 or 5 suits out in downtown LA. They were wonderful people. I used to handle all of the underwriting, all of the back-end paperwork. I was the last person that touched it before I went out to corporate. So I would also translate life insurance presentations to Spanish. I was the only Spanish-speaking person there for miles in that company. Soon after, well, a few years later, they purchased a property and casualty office. So I shifted from life insurance. I never stopped. I'm still fully, and I am such an advocate for this, of course. I started doing property and casualty. So soon I was managing Riverside, Moreno Valley, Palm Springs, location with home and auto insurance. Unfortunately, the owner of the agency was opposed to spending any money on marketing. It's too bad, but I could see the writing on the wall. So I went to work for Farmers Insurance, and I was there 5 beautiful years, and I learned about commercial insurance, and I fell in love with it. You know, statistics show that small business is the lifeblood of the U.S. economy. They create 2/3 of net new jobs and drive the U.S. innovation and competitiveness. Small business. These are people like you and me with goals and dreams. And I wanted to help the community with everything I was learning about insurance. I realized that even though I was living, breathing insurance in a bubble, the average consumer still does not take time to understand their policies. So I saw a huge need to be an expert at what I was so passionate about. But I reached a glass ceiling fast when Carter came to the world in 2013. Worst of all, I didn't get to see him until 6 or 7 p.m. on weekends. I remember thinking to myself, holding this tiny little baby in my arms, like a little loaf of bread, not even walking yet. And I'm thinking to myself, I need to buy this kid shoes. I need to save for college. You know, I am not going to be a parent that says, you know, you're done with high school, you're off on your own, get a loan or something. Like, I need to make this happen. I did not want to miss on seeing him growing up while he was at daycare or so on and so forth. And I felt like I was running out of time. He wasn't even a year old. This tiny human inspires, motivates me. And I knew that there was more out of life than having a job, what they call just over broke. Felt like I was spinning my wheels working for someone else. I loved Farmers, still do, but it wasn't mine. So I had a conversation with the Farmers agent because I told him I need to make more money, but I was capped. He said it would hurt him to let me go, but he knew it was a good thing for me. Gosh, how people pay it forward. He made a phone call and gave me a phone number and said he knew someone with an opportunity that I would need to interview. So I hopped on a plane. I flew out to San Jose and I met up with the owners of Professional Insurance Associates. I had butterflies in my stomach. I did not know what to do. I sat with 2 VPs and they liked me, did the interview. I liked the contract. I was on my way and I did my happy dance in an elevator. I think this was the first time in my life that I had done a happy dance. I didn't even know I had one. So I was officially an insurance broker. Officially an insurance broker. Wow. Like, they hadn't really like kicked in until I was in the plane totally, and thinking, oh my gosh, I have absolutely zero quotas. I have no limit to what industry I wanted to serve. They gave me access to all the insurance carriers, again, with no quotas. And as I'm flying back in the plane, back from San Jose in a 2-hour plane ride, or less, I started thinking to myself, why did I name it? I think we all agents do this. We name it our first name, last name, insurance agency. I was so nervous, meeting with them and all of it, that's what I did. I did Crystal Lopez Insurance or something, services. I have no idea. And I'm thinking to myself, it doesn't ring a bell. Yeah, it's me. Yeah, I'm going to handle all this stuff. But what is what motivates me? My son. So he's the reason for my risk taking. Because I do not ever want to go through life thinking, what if? He is the namesake of our family-owned business, Carter Bradley Insurance Solutions. So when I started my own agency, I came back to the office and I picked up my things and I realized that I'm walking out the door with my box full of stuff from my desk, frames and who knows what. Crayons, I'm kidding, Post-its. I don't even know what I had in my box, but I'm walking out and I'm thinking to myself, oh my gosh, I have no job. I have no job security. I don't have an income. I'm an insurance broker with all the insurance carriers at my fingertips. I'm going to work from home. So I went to say goodbye to the person next door in my office, which is the owner, the landlord of the community business center. So I already insured all of his buildings, and I went to say goodbye because we would go to lunch every once or twice a month. And so I walked through this door and into his office, and I went to say goodbye. And he says, well, I haven't hired anyone in 25 years, and I'm looking to retire here pretty soon. Why don't you pick one of these desks? There's 3 desks in his main lobby area. Pick one of these desks. You're welcome to work here. Use the address and help me just show space. I'll put you on a salary. You help me and I will help you. I was blown away. Him and his wife have been a complete blessing in my life as well. So here I am 5 years later, managing commercial properties throughout Corona. Both of these businesses totally go hand in hand. And first, he would always say, first is insurance and then leasing. I had an office. There's so much behind opening up an insurance agency, running a business, managing people, learning about my industry day in, day out, because it's a fast-paced world. Marketing, networking, building relationships, keeping clients informed through the claims process, just to name a few. And life sure has its unexpected twists and turns, and everything in life has prepared me to where I am now and where I'm going. I love this. I'm thankful for opportunities that have presented themselves. I've worked really hard, and I love and appreciate the people that people have taken a stand for me. Every day that I pull up to my office and I see these logos on my windows, an amazing, incredible reminder of why I do what I do, what it represents, how carefully and well thought of it was put together. The logo alone took me some time to create. The shield represents protection that I give my clients, the very powerful thing called insurance. The shield also represents the protection that I have for my son, my work ethic. The laurel leaves signify prestige. I believe in what I do, quality over quantity. And it is up on a pedestal as I have passion for what I do. And I do it with integrity. And the colors, gold and royal blue, represent royalty and loyalty. I named my business after one of God's gifts to me, my child. He is that tiny little golden engine that keeps me going. Thankful beyond words that I was able to bring a tiny, incredible human to life. Every day is Mother's Day. How can someone be someone's weakness and strength at the same time? Carter Bradley. If we go into the lessons that I've learned a lot. Things don't go as planned. Trust the process, but don't do it alone. Use resources. So many resources at our fingertips, World Wide Web, local chambers of commerce that are kicking butt, and other professional associations that I believe that being a part of professional associations really allow us to deepen our business relationships and help one another in reaching our professional goals. Delegate. Don't take on everything. Oh my goodness. That's my big. Marketing. Oh my goodness. I learned that I didn't know, that I would be learning things that I didn't know. Wait, hold on. Let me backtrack for a second. I had no idea I was going to have to learn about certain things like my web developer when things were being put together, and I didn't know what questions to ask just because I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't know anything. And I realized that maybe this is how my clients felt about their insurance policies. They don't want to know everything about insurance, but they want me to be there to quote a ring. Gosh, dwelling on setbacks, realizing they're not setbacks. Discipline to realize when things aren't going your way, that they're in the moment, to keep positive, and realize that there's a lesson that needs to be learned. You're gaining something you're going to need to go forward. Getting rid of anything negative that happened the day before. Drop it, let it go. Somebody offended you at work, they didn't treat you right. It's easy to let that offense stay. It feels good sometimes to carry around a grudge, but you have to be disciplined to not let those things get to you. Let it go and give the day your best. Get up, get dressed, and show up. You know, you are all unique and amazing and have something wonderful to offer to the world that nobody else can do. Not only are you unique, I think that you are all a miracle, the fact that you were born who you were born, and there's a reason why you're here, and it's time to start to figure it out. Something else that didn't work. This is really long, huh? Not asking important questions to prospective employees. So I learned along the way that I have a little list here. Unfortunately, I did not do slides, but you guys, I can send this in if you guys want to. I have a long list of questions to ask employees in the first 60 days. Number 1, why do you think we selected you as an employee? Number 2, compare the organization to what we explained it to be, what we explained it would be. Which coworkers have been helpful since you arrived? Your goal is to pinpoint which employees can be influential in retaining new hires. Tell me what you don't understand about your job or our organization. And lastly, for now, how do you see your job relating to the organization's mission? Okay, one last thing on things not working. Being a yes person. Being a yes person, gosh, that does not work. Learn to say no. Spread yourself too thin, and you're not going to give 100%. I like to give 100% to everything that I take on. I have unfortunately said no to being on boards of nonprofits. I know so near and dear to my heart, but at this time, I need to just work on everything that's on my plate so that I can give everything that I do take on 100%. What's worked? Grateful heart, positive thoughts into action. Start your day. I think it's important to take 5 minutes as soon as you wake up. You start your day with gratitude, not with confession, not with your requests. You start it with gratitude. And I think that's setting the intention in the morning when you wake up and feel grateful really for what you have in your life. Think about where you want to go and not just what dinner's going to be tonight. And then go fight like crazy, because every day is a new day. And you will hear, behold, I make all things new. But that begins in your mind. In your mind, you are activating the law of mind and action by proclaiming that the best of me, the next level of my iteration, is happening in this instant. So I stand on the precipice of a new day. You know, we woke up today. Everything else will take care of itself. I think that it's important to remain in a positive cocoon where we make fundamental decisions in our lives. Positive cocoon. I learned to begin to plan a month out. Every night, plan the next day, so that you will know what you tackle the next day. So you're focused on what is important and not let the day run you. All of those things, I actually have a better night's sleep when I was able to get all of those things out of my head and into my calendar. 7:30 p.m. I'm done with it every single night. On Saturdays, well, every day I get up at 5 a.m. Monday through Friday, I work with my clients. On Saturdays, I work on the business. Learned that working in the business and on the business. And for me, I'll say, for example, I have my business. It's one job working with my clients. It's another second job working in the business, accounting, hiring, all the other things, the components, and we wear so many hats, right? So I get up early Saturday mornings and I start working on stuff before Carter gets up. Get up a little earlier, do my makeup a little earlier, get everything done. Yeah, sometimes I'm tired, but you just got to keep going. Except for Sunday. I don't get up early on Sunday. I am incredibly blessed to have been able to retire my mom last February. She was very instrumental, and I couldn't have done it without her, and yet still, my whole life. But I'm just talking about having Carter, taking care of him. She helped me with him with school so that I could focus on our clients. I did a lot of stuff like informational videos for helping the community how to keep their insurance policies in place, changing class codes, how to really manipulate it legally. That way they keep their work comp active. I just got up every day, got dressed, and I showed up, even if I didn't have anybody here in the office. What's worked also? Huge. My local Chamber of Commerce. I noticed that a couple of my tenants back in the day, oh my gosh, it's almost 6 years ago, were members, pardon me, members of the Corona Chamber of Commerce. So I gave them a call, signed up to get the news, the resources, and network. I have a friend named Juan Santos, and he was an ambassador with the Corona Chamber of Commerce, and he pushed me and says, I think this would be really good. He's one of my biggest cheerleaders. So I became an ambassador and I volunteered at events like ribbon cutting ceremonies. So fun, especially when I got to take Carter with me to welcome new businesses into the community. Kids, they understand more than they can say. Another thing that has really worked and is near and dear to my heart is volunteering. And just ask yourself, how do you show up? Nonprofits need our help. And sometimes we think that we're so busy that there's no way that we can do it. I think that if you learn to better time manage, we all have the same hours in a day. It's what you do with it that is up to you. If it's important to you, you will make time. I love joining planning committees for upcoming events and local chambers, professional development associations. Teaching Carter in the most recent, maybe in the last month, teaching Carter what a nonprofit is and how they need our help. He's 7 years old. But it's what we instill in them, right? There's this Native American saying that, I hope I don't butcher it. It says something like, we are only borrowing this earth from our children. So again, it's what we instill in them. I don't know that I'm the only one. I hope I'm not the only one that has been a procrastinator. I start a book and then I don't finish it, and then I start a new one and then I don't finish it, and then I go back to I need to stop doing that. So one of the books that I highly recommend that I've read recently, and I don't know what took me so long to open it up and read it, is called Self-Made by Nelly Galan. Amazing powerhouse of a woman. In this book, I gained confidence, got rid of these little things that we tell ourselves as self-doubt. They don't allow us to grow. I recently did. This is not a book, but it's a forum. It's called the Landmark Forum. I didn't realize that I had been carrying baggage for 20 and 30 years. These things that I didn't even know were there, but that have obviously impacted my life and shaped us to how we are now. And realizing what happened and the story that we told ourselves that happened, and being able to get rid of that and live free. Free to be, free to act. Anyhow, another book, 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth. I think that because we're aging every year, we have birthdays, we assume that we automatically grow as we're growing in age. But we're not really growing unless we're intentional about it. And for parents, there's this amazing book that I've read 3 times. Once I read, and the other 2 times I listened to Audible. It's called How to Talk So Little Kids Will Listen. And I think that it's all in presentation and how we present things to our children. Say, for example, Carter didn't want to get out of the back seat of the car to go into school, right? And he was little. He must have been 3 years old when this was happening. No, he would, close his seatbelt back up, and he just did not want to get out. Come on, Carter. Kids have no conception of time. 0. So what would I say? Carter, come on. Let's see how many hops do you think it'll take to get from the car all the way to the front door? Boom, it worked. I think it's all in presentation. We are a fully licensed agency. We represent your interest among the more than 120 companies that we are appointed with for home and auto alone. We take pride in teaching business owners to understand their manageable risk and properly insure the rest. We do a full risk analysis of your business or home insurance needs. I want to talk briefly about the different lines of insurance if we still have time. We have commercial insurance, commercial auto, group health, directors and officers, of course, nonprofits. So if you have employees in California, it's the law. You must carry work comp. You want to take care of your employees in case they get hurt on the job with workers' comp. Employment practices liability. 3 out of 5 employers are sued by former employees every year on average. And those claims for small to medium-sized entities took 275 days to settle or close, costing them around $125 between the fence and the settlement costs. Attorneys are lining up outside of the unemployment office, waiting to talk to the people that are walking in, waiting for a brand new case. If an entity pushes past the settlement to a trial, the employee wins 60% of these cases, even without an actual wrongful act being committed. EPLI, Employment Practices Liability Insurance, has a duty to defend you as an employer, not work comp, not general liability. Did you know that 43% of cyber attacks target small businesses? Look at this. Target, Sony. If they got hacked, small businesses are easier targets. The cyber liability covers financial losses that result from data breaches and other cyber events. Then we have another important one that I think is professional liability. If you or your staff give any kind of advice, attorney, tax preparer, CPA, life coach, IT consultant, realtor, esthetician, mortgage broker, just to name a few, and give advice for a fee, and you provide professional service. Did you know that your business can be sued for any alleged wrong or error committed by an employee representing your brand, including temporary staff or independent contractors? It's so important to review your policies each and every year. Things change. Businesses don't stay the same. Sometimes we just pay our premiums and don't ask questions. We see it goes up and we just pay it. Find out. I love to dissect other policies and see where you're at and where you need to be and do a full risk assessment. When I meet with my clients, I love to talk about how to reduce their work comp premiums. There's so much that goes involved in an insurance policy. We really custom make tailor fit policies for each individual different type of business. No two restaurants are alike. No two law firms are alike, and so on and so forth. Excuse me. We love being involved in the community. My philanthropic responsibility and what we instill in our children and those around me. So over the last 5 years, I have helped 4 agents get licensed with the Department of Insurance. I helped an agent and showed him the ropes to start his own agency. It's about paying it forward. I love networking events. I hope that you can all make it today to Tacos al Fuego. Yay! I'll see you guys all there. Some of our upcoming events on our calendar are, I will be teaching business insurance, like Business Insurance 101 at Fridar's in Riverside. It is a nonprofit organization that focuses on teaching entrepreneurship. I'm so excited to be in. And I was invited to Santiago High School in the beginning of the new school year to bring 20 years of insurance knowledge. Wow, 20 years of insurance knowledge to the business management and leadership program to the high school students. Oh, on May 18th, just a few days away, I will be hosting the National Latina Business Women's Association Inland Empire event. It's called Connect and Elevate through Zoom. So we're doing a, this is so funny. This is so great. We're doing a, because it was May the 4th, Star Wars, Latina Force, FORCE, fearless, original, risk takers, committed entrepreneurs. So we're also members of the Eastville Chamber of Commerce and their next virtual event on June 3rd, where I will dive into one of the lines of business insurance. And we were invited to speak again about our favorite subject, insurance. I have been an ambassador of the Corona Chamber of Commerce. Bobby will tell you for how long. Has it been 2 or 3 years? I don't know. You lose track of time. It's been so fun. I'm an ambassador with the National Latina Business Women's Association, a board member of the Corona Chamber Foundation. And today, Carter, come here. Today is a field trip day for Carter. Kids understand more than they can say. So today is career day. And with this, I tell you guys, come say hi. Hi. Believe in yourself. It's about progression, not perfection. Prove the ones who believe in you right. This is how someone can be your weakness and strength at the same time. Thank you.
Crystal, thank you so much for sharing your story with us. What an inspiration for sure. Anthony, do you have questions for Crystal today?
We do have one question at the moment. I encourage everybody, if you have not asked a question, please do so in the chat box below. And the first question is, let's see here. Being a single mom, how do you keep your personal life separate from work, or do you mix it up?
I involve Carter with almost every business opportunity, networking, and all of that. So he's so in tune with all of this, and he hears me talk on the phone. It's so amazing that sometimes he will say, hi. He'll shake someone's hand. He'll say, I'm Carter, and this is Crystal, not Mom. He'll say, this is Crystal, because he has seen me. He has seen me in action and talking to people and networking and all of it. And I think it's fantastic.
Well, that's so great. Next question is, can you name the top priority of your day?
Oh, goodness. I think our top priority is prospecting. Prospecting, I don't know, top priority. I would say I have a top 5. Will that work? Hang on, sweetie pie.
Yes.
I would definitely say a top 5. We have our list of 5 things to do. We contact everyone again from the day prior in case we didn't get them an answer. It's all in customer service in case there's any claims. We handle the claim side of it, walk them step by step through everything. I'm very involved when there is a claim. Excuse me. And that way our clients know that they're not going through this alone with the claims adjuster. Who's a claims adjuster? They have a relationship with me. So that's number 2. I think somewhere, not in any order in particular, but then looking at all of the emails that we have and getting back to everybody. And then prospecting, of course, setting up my calendar for the next day. And yeah, it's our top 5 for sure.
Well, we actually got a plethora of questions coming through, so if you don't mind answering a few of these, that would be wonderful.
Sure.
Let's see. Next question is, what advice would you give to a young entrepreneur looking to start their own business?
Oh my gosh, I think I had a few in there that I shared, but young entrepreneur with their business, use the resources, get in touch with your local chamber of commerce. I have taken on a couple of people in the last 2-3, maybe 3 years that they were high school students, and I am so willing and able to bring them on board and have them sit and watch how the day operations is for both businesses. Say, for example, get in touch with somebody that's successful, that's doing what you're doing, and ask them a plethora of questions. I know that we are there. How do you say this in English? All of us that are in business want to see others succeed as well. So we are willing, I believe I can speak for most entrepreneurs, because we've been there, and give these resources and this information to them for sure.
And kind of along those lines, how do you prioritize all the tough things that you need to get done?
Every day is different. Every day is different. So I don't do everything myself. I do have a staff. They currently work from home. And so without them, oh my goodness. They are so, they are my everything if I didn't have them. So I have one person, for example, handling the property management. And so she handles all of that. And they basically go through everything, and what really needs my attention, they will give it to me, or I will jump in and take on that.
And do you have a timeline in mind for your business? Like at which point you'll have X number of clients or even possibly retire?
Oh gosh. You know what? That is a really good question. I will have to think about that.
Yeah, they are asking some of the hard-hitting questions. And then also, speaking of retirement, you mentioned you retired your mom. That is so admirable. How did you stay focused, and what tips do you have for others to follow your example?
For retiring my mother. Oh my gosh, I had been asking her for years, come live with me, but she's always, wanted to live in the LA County, and I totally get it. That's where we grew up. My mother and father met in San Pedro, so it's, LA County is just, it's our heart. When she finally came to move in with us, her help was so needed, and I remember her telling me, I can't teach him English while he was not in school at the time, but I can teach him math. And so I've always had a really good relationship with my mom. I don't know where the question is going really, like what tips. She moved in and she's been such a huge help to me in my home and with my son. And I always tell her, I don't need a nanny. I don't need somebody to take care of him. I pick him up from school. I do, I pick him up, I drop him off. I'm involved in his hockey or whatever other, activities that they have in school. And I think that is just time management. I think it's just time management.
I would agree. Time management is something that's very cautious and everyone needs to take account of. One of the last questions is, you mentioned you have staff that are working from home. Is there any accountability for their work? And if so, are there any tips you can share, as many businesses that are having employees work from, as there are many businesses that are having their employees work from home?
Yes, absolutely. So I recently switched our entire IT over to CNG Innovations. They helped us migrate everything to the cloud. I am able to keep in chat with things that are happening because there's a lot going on. And I love that we have the automatic chat of the things that they're working on. And so it's meetings early in the morning and a meeting before they clock out to make sure that everything that we needed to go over and what accounts we need to touch, what accounts we're waiting on proposals for, or setting up meetings for presentations online. Everything is in our chat through our Teams. So Teams.
Thank you so much for your time, Crystal. At this moment, there are no further questions.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. It was a pleasure being here. Thank you again, Bobby, for inviting us to share our story, and just appreciate you so very much in the chamber, everyone at the chamber.
Crystal, thank you so much for jumping in and doing this. I know this was a big stretch for you. We had several discussions back and forth, but you nailed it. You have really raised the bar for us to be able to share with other entrepreneurs, people that are looking to go into business. What you've done today is just crystallized, no pun intended, but you've totally crystallized some key points. And for some of us that have been in the industry of entrepreneurship or running organizations, today what you did was enabled me to go back and take down copious notes of things that are very, very important, and accountability and employee engagement, looking and making sure that the new staff understands where we're focused. And I could go on and on. What I absolutely love with our partnership with Jessica and the city of Corona is that this is a recorded message here. It's videoed and it will be sent out. I encourage everyone to play it back several times, save it. It'll be on our YouTube channel, but it will be an opportunity for us to be able to, in 3 months, 6 months, a year, 5 years down the road, come back to hear what Crystal has shared. And I'm sure many of the things that she has shared will be very relevant. But don't be surprised that in 5 years or 10 years from now, you look up and you Google Crystal Lopez, and Carter Bradley Insurance will be a globally recognized organization with hundreds, if not thousands, of franchisees going through, and Crystal will be on the speaking tour of all the top speakers. Thank you so much. Carter, I want to say thank you for allowing your mom to share with us today. You are such a blessing, and she loves you so much, and we so appreciate you being who you are. Crystal, have a fabulous day. Stephanie, I'm going to turn it back over to you.
Bye. Bye.
Well, thank you, Bobby. And with that concludes our meeting. We hope you mark your calendars for our next Coffee with an Entrepreneur session on Monday, June 14th. And again, we announced some other things happening between now and then. Perhaps we will see you tonight at the Mixer at Tacos El Fuego, 6 to 9. And I hope everybody has a great day. Thank you, Crystal. Thank you, City of Corona.
Thanks, Crystal.